Can your landlord just walk into your home without telling you? Imagine coming home from work and finding out your landlord was inside your apartment while you were gone. No call, no text, no warning, just walked right in. Is that even legal? The answer might surprise you. Welcome to Know the Law. I'm going to walk you through exactly what the law says about your landlord entering your home. By the end of this video, you'll know your rights, what your landlord is actually allowed to do, and what crosses the line. This is information every renter needs to know. Your right to quiet enjoyment. Let's start with the foundation. Every tenant in the United States has what the law calls a right to quiet enjoyment. That's a legal term, so let me break it down in plain English. It simply means you have the right to live in your rental home in peace, without interference. Your landlord owns the property, but once you're renting it, that space is yours to live in. They can't just come and go as they please. This is a foundational principle that applies across the entire country. It's not just a technicality buried in your lease. It's a real legal protection. Notice requirements before entry. So what does your landlord actually need to do before entering your home? In most states, landlords must give you proper notice and get your consent before they walk through that door. And notice doesn't mean a text message an hour before they show up. Less than 4 hours is not ordinarily considered reasonable notice. You deserve time to actually prepare. In most states, the minimum standard is at least 24 hours notice. Some states go further and require 48 hours. The exact amount depends on where you live, so it's worth checking your specific state law. But the common thread across almost every state is this. Your landlord cannot just decide on a whim that today is the day they're coming over. There's also a timing rule that a lot of renters don't know about. Landlords generally in most states must enter only during ordinary business hours. We're talking roughly 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening. Your landlord cannot schedule a routine repair visit at 8 o'clock at night. That's not allowed. Your evenings belong to you. When landlords can enter without notice. Now here's where it gets a little more nuanced. There are situations where a landlord can enter without giving you notice. But these situations are very specific. The first is a true emergency. Think about something like a burst pipe flooding the unit, a gas leak, a fire, or something that poses an immediate threat to health, safety, or the property itself. In those situations, your landlord can come in right away without warning. That makes sense. Nobody wants their apartment to flood because a landlord was waiting 24 hours to respond. The second situation is abandonment. If you've clearly vacated the property and left it behind, your landlord can enter without notice. Again, that's a very specific circumstance. It's not the same as you going on vacation for a week. Outside of those two situations, your landlord needs to follow the rules like everyone else. Fair housing protections and harassment. Here's something important that a lot of renters overlook. The Fair Housing Act is a federal law that prohibits landlords from discriminating against tenants based on race, color, religion, national origin, sex, disability, or family status. Now you might be wondering what that has to do with landlord entry. Here's the connection. If a landlord is entering your home repeatedly and without proper justification, and that pattern seems to target you because of who you are, that could cross into discriminatory harassment territory. Some states have explicit laws against using entry rights to harass tenants. Others rely on court decisions that have established the same protection. Either way, the law takes this seriously. Real-world example. Let's put this into a real situation. Say your landlord sends you a text at noon saying they're coming to check the heat at 3 p.m. that same day. Is that okay? Probably not in most states. 3 hours is not ordinarily considered reasonable notice. The standard in most states is at least 24 hours. Now let's change the scenario. Same landlord, but this time a pipe bursts in your unit and water is pouring through the ceiling. In that case, your landlord absolutely can come in immediately without any notice at all. That's a genuine emergency. The law carves out space for that. The difference between those two situations is exactly what you need to understand as a renter. What you should do. So here's your takeaway. Know your rights before there's ever a problem. In most states, your landlord needs to give you at least 24 hours notice. Enter only during regular business hours and have a valid reason for coming in. If you feel like your landlord is entering without proper notice or using access to intimidate you, document everything. Write down dates, times, and what happened. That documentation matters if you ever need to take action. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Drop a comment below and tell us your state. We'd love to hear what situations you've dealt with as a renter. And if you want to know more about your rights as a tenant, check out our other videos right here on Know the Law.